2023 BMW X5. Carbon black on black leather interior. Yes, it's a loaner. Yes, my M3 is getting the 1200 mile break-in oil change, which includes an oil change and a differential fluid change. And my local dealer was kind enough to give me this as the car stays overnight. So it's a loaner, but what a loaner. $77,000 MSRP. And let's take a look. Beautiful interior. They really stepped it up. Fancy crystal shifter, diamond quilted leather seats, big ass moonroof. Really nice. Let's try that again. Beautiful. Nice job, BMW. Stepping it up in the interior game. Let's go for a little spin. So like I mentioned, 23 BMW X5 S40i. Brand new. It's a loaner car. I think I picked it up with 12 miles on the odometer. Alright, I'm gonna go. And wasn't planning on making a video, but here I am. I was very surprised with the quality of the interior. This is a real step up, in my opinion, for BMW interiors. We've had a few X5s in the family. I believe, you know, a first gen and maybe a second gen, and they were great. The second gen was a, I believe it's a second gen, but it was a 2012. It was a diesel, and it's still in the family, but a lot of reliability issues with that vehicle. The first one was great. It was a straight six, really fun car. Handled way better than it had any business doing. This kind of feels like that again, despite this being a lot bigger. What's surprising to me is the quality of this cabin. I don't know why I'm a little surprised, but I mean, it's really on par with my M3, and some would argue better than the M3, because check this out. The climate control buttons are physical buttons, and you can hit them and you don't have to go through the menu and deal with that crap like my 23 G80 M3. And this is a 23 as well, so it's kind of nice that BMW, for whatever reason, didn't integrate that into the X5, but they integrated it into the M3. Again, this is a loaner, so I didn't get to really do any research on the car. I just figured I'd give you some impressions for someone driving it for a first time. I'm guessing this is a straight six, probably turbo, maybe even twin turbo. It makes a really good noise. It's got pretty good power. It's not knock your socks off power, but it's pretty good. The ride is composed but compliant. It's on 22-inch wheels on like 235 something rubber, but I mean 22s. I was expecting it to ride like shit, because any car I've been in with 22s usually is harsh. It's a very compliant ride, super soft, really refined, very luxurious. These seats are incredible. Super plush. The leather is, I mean, it feels amazing. The The diamond stitch kind of quilt design is really beautiful. The wood trim is gorgeous. This centerpiece, the shift knob it's like a crystal looking situation here, but it really stands out. It's really beautiful. The car has start stop. I haven't figured out how to turn that off. It just does it automatically. But I feel like if you have a family, this is a hell of an option to, you know, to have in the SUV space. I understand it probably competes against the Cayennes, the Mercedes GLE, but as far as something you could drive every day and, you know, use with your kids or whatever, I feel like this is a great option. It's not cheap. I got the window sticker over there, but the MSRP on this car is 77 G's. I know cars are getting expensive. This one seems to be pretty heavily optioned out, but I mean, I remember when the X5 first came out, it was, I want to say it was in the 30s, high 30s, maybe low 40s. So imagine that. This thing is nearing 80 grand. But yeah, I mean, if you need it a daily and you have kids, I mean, this is it's pretty good. I mean, I would totally drive this every day. I don't know what it's like with gas yet, but you know, outside of that, it's such a comfortable, smooth, luxurious ride. I'd imagine this is what a 7 Series feels like nowadays. The refinement is really high. The cabin isolates you from a lot of road noise, even though this bridge is a little loud and the tires are a little loud on it. Super nice to drive. The only weird thing is the lane departure assist appears to be on. I haven't even tried to turn it off. I've dealt with these systems before. It's always a little unnerving when the car, for me personally, when the car thinks it's smarter than you, and you know, it starts steering for you. There's like steering inputs. I felt a little weird, but really, I mean, kudos to BMW. This is special, and you know, kudos to BMW because they gave me this loaner. They're not oh, look at that. I didn't signal, so it started. I guess I am a typical BMW driver. I didn't signal, and the wheel corrected the car back into the lane. So if you don't signal, it'll steer you back into the lane, which is I don't know. Let me form my opinion on that, but I don't really care for it. But yeah, going back to the kudos to BMW. You know, nowadays when you get a loaner car, or you take your car in for service with a Audi or a Mercedes or a Porsche, you know, they ask you, did you buy a car here? And if you say no, it's usually a death sentence. They're usually not going to give you anything. Or if they do agree to give you something, it's something off-brand, and, you know, fucking, I'm sorry, if you bring your Porsche in and you didn't buy it at the dealership, they'll probably give you something shitty. Well, maybe not Porsche, but Mercedes does shit like that. I'll tell you that. Anyhow, I took my car in for an oil change, and I wasn't expecting to get a loaner, but they're like, hey, do you want a loaner? I'm like, okay, what do you want? I said, well, what do you got? We have an X1, a 228, and an X5. I said, I'll take the X5. And they made it really easy, whereas, you know, other brands kind of make you feel shitty for not buying the car with them, and then we'll give you something shitty. This is a really nice car. It's a $77,000 loaner. I mean, actually, it's almost on par with the MSRP on my G80 M3. Maybe that's a factor in their decision. I don't really know, but yeah, good job BMW. Good job BMW San Diego for taking care of your customers, even on something small like a loaner car for an oil change that they're going to keep the car, you know, for overnight. But yeah, just a short video today. Just wanted to check this car out. It's beautiful, and if you guys are in the market for kind of a family-oriented SUV that handles and drives nice and it's got some power and it's actually pretty good looking, in my opinion. BMW styling has been you know, hit or miss lately. I think this is a hit. Good job. Thanks for watching. I hate doing this, but please like and subscribe, and if you have any comments, I'll do my best to answer them. Take care, guys.